Lagos State Governor tasks leaders on enabling environment for youth to thrive. House of Representatives rejects motion on Edo chieftaincy tussle. On the foreign scene, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky meets UK NATO leaders to secure military financial backing. And in sports, Super Eagles winger Moses Simon predicts tough tie with Libya ahead Friday's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on leaders and stakeholders across all spheres to prioritize creating an environment where youths can reach their full potential. Governor Sanwo-Olu emphasized the critical role of youths in changing the narratives and fostering a sustainable, livable environment, as well as the need to address challenges confronting Nigerian youths. The governor noted that unemployment, crime, and substance abuse were pressing issues tackled by his administration through robust investments in education, vocational training, and mentorship programs. He urged all stakeholders to reaffirm their commitment to building a city where every citizen, particularly the youth, could reach their full potential and shape a Lagos that is not only economically robust but also socially inclusive, environmentally sustainable, and resilient in the face of challenges. In a remarkable recognition of exemplary leadership and dedication to public service, the executive chairman of the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS, Ayodele Zubair, has been named the Peak Performer FEST 2024 Most Outstanding Performance as a Public Sector CEO of the Year. The LIRS also emerged winner of 4 awards for its exemplary performance in revenue collection and taxpayer engagement strategies. It was recognized as the most outstanding revenue collection agency of the year, most outstanding performance as women-friendly revenue collection, as well as most outstanding performance in public engagement, among others. Zubair, who received the 5 awards on behalf of the agency, dedicated them to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the tax-paying Lagosians, saying that the awards will encourage the LIRS to perform much better. The Senate has confirmed Professor Abdullahi Usman as the executive chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, nominated by President Bola Tinubu. The confirmation of Usman's nomination followed the consideration and adoption of the report of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, chaired by Senator Abubakar Bello. Tinubu nominated Usman for the position on August 19 through a statement by his former special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, and transmitted the request in a letter to the Senate for confirmation. Now to the rest of the story. The House of Representatives has rejected a motion on urgent public importance seeking the intervention of the federal government in the chieftaincy tussle rocking the Okpela community in the Isako East local government area of Edo State. The motion was moved by a member representing Isako East, Isako West Federal Constituency, Edo State, Tekeri and Namero. Addressing the House during plenary session, Anamero lamented the loss of lives in Okpela owing to the violent reaction to the crowning of Lukman Akemokwe as the Okwokpelagbe of Okpela by Governor Godwin Obaseki a fortnight ago. As it were, the presentation of staff of office to the Akemokwe did not go down well with the people. There was difficulty in getting a seconder to the motion, fueling a member of the People's Democratic Party representing Andoni Opobo, Nkoro Federal Constituency, Akwa Ibom State, Awaji Inombek Abiante, to provide the basis for its rejection. After a voice note was taken twice, Speaker Abbas ruled in favor of the nays. The The defense headquarters says a notorious terrorist kingpin in Jigawa State known as Mai Hijabi has been killed in an operation conducted during the week. This, the DHQ said, was part of its efforts to destroy the fighting capacities of terror groups across the northern parts of the country. The director, Defense Media Operations, Edward Buwa, said this while briefing journalists on the activities of the troops, noting that a total of 165 terrorists were killed and 238 suspects were arrested. And now to foreign news. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has kicked off a tour of Europe to bolster military and financial backing, meeting British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. Zelensky arrived London today for talks on his victory plan, a blueprint aimed at ending the war with Russia, which he had earlier described as an appeal to allies to strengthen Europe in terms of security guarantees, weapons, and the future. Starmer confirmed before the meeting that it was a chance to go through the plan and discuss more details. Zelensky had been due to present the plan at a high-level meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group in Germany this week, but the summit was postponed after U.S. President Joe Biden cancelled his visit to focus on Hurricane Milton. Zelensky's tour comes as the war with Russia drags on with no end in sight, draining government's coffers. And now sports. Super Eagles winger Moses Simon has predicted a tough tie with Libya ahead Friday's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. The three-time African champions will host Libya at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in New York with hopes to pick up the maximum points. The Nantes star stated that the Super Eagles will do their very best to get the victory against Libya. And that's all for the news. At 4, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture sets to 775 public schools? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on leaders and stakeholders across all spheres to prioritize creating an environment where youths can reach their full potential. The House of Representatives has rejected a motion on urgent public importance seeking the intervention of the federal government in the chieftaincy tussle rocking the Okpela community in the Esako East local government area of Edo State. We also told you that Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has kicked off a tour of Europe to bolster military and financial backing, meeting British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. And in sports, Super Eagles winger Moses Simon has predicted a tough tie with Libya ahead Friday's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwalaya. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon.
We begin our journey with a green light. Full speed, ahead we go. And then, those roadblocks, dead stops, traffic gridlock,